Hello, hello. I am back from the break. YouTube guys, welcome to video 8, maybe, possibly. And everyone else, hope you're having a nice day here, lurking away or whatever you're up to. We're making reasonable progress. I'm a little frustrated with the previous couple of hours and not making huge progress, but I guess that's a little unfair. We're just setting up our kind of backpack robotics so that we can begin building the train grid where our tiny trains are going to live. We've got all the blueprints, we've got all the plans, we know what we want to do. We just don't want to craft it by hand because it turned out to be pretty slow. So we'll see. We've got a bunch of batteries and blue chips. Doesn't seem like enough, so I think we need more green chips to feed in. Maybe more than that. We'll see how far they go. It's 49. It's like half the blue chips we wanted. So yeah, I think we need a lot more green. Well, this makes quite a few here. If I just keep coming over and scooping, are we all right, I suppose? There's another 200 odd. It'll go some distance. Keep that ticking along. Batteries are done though. Okay, so can I make... No, that needs blue, and I can make the armor now. I had enough blue chips to do that. Good. Put that on. Does it carry over? No. Need to bring those back out. Sure. Then I've got no way of disposing of that armor. We need a little chest where I just get rid of things, which is awkward because we kind of plan on paving over literally everything. So probably going to want to get myself not just the flare stack mod, but the one that can void out anything. We'll just throw it in a random chest here for now. It's annoying that there's no mechanism, because you're never going to want to keep the worse armor. Still, that goes in there. And some batteries are going to go at the top there. It's planning on 5, so it looks like I've overdone the panels a little bit. There's 2 spare ones can go live in here as well. And we'll put some batteries at the top there and we'll be good to go. How are we on robots? We made them, right? Yeah, got the robots. So I can... Yep. Boy, are they slow. Default robot speed, I guess. That's it's pretty slow. Can we do any speed upgrade? Any upgrade? That's cargo size. It's robotic. Robot worker speed. We can do 1. We can do 2. Then we need yellow science. Okay, could do 2 speed upgrades. We'll see how that does. Keep going on these. It's going to be 1 battery now. Be a while for the others. So if we're done making batteries, at least for now, I'll get rid of that. That's all fine. Speed this up even more, make a few more. Blue machines. Why not? That was a first speed, okay. I should try and get back into the rhythm of placing blueprints and letting the robots do the work at this point. As we've got them, might as well benefit from them rather than continually forgetting. Oh, we need more greens, okay. Maybe I did the math even more wrong and a stack of 200 isn't much. A stack of 200 should be 10 blue chips, so I guess it's not. We want over 100, or we want about 50, 60 now. Okay. Maybe more machines might not help. Yeah, not much. Something, but not much. Gonna need a whole bunch more greens. Just keep grabbing them, I guess. Back and forth. Need those reds, but never mind. Whatever. Tidy everything up eventually, or probably just throw it in a box and forget about it forever, but or until we need to build over the top of it or something like that. Fine. Is there, I mean, I keep thinking there's no research and then we come across things like robot speed, but yeah, I think we're just gonna have to wait for those moments where I realise, oh, I could research that thing or this thing or whatever. Any gateways? Can't get reprocessing anyway. Could unlock the science packs just to have them unlocked. That's not a bad idea. We can do another train braking force. It's relevant. And that's about it, I think. We can get night vision because it's dirt cheap and belt immunity. Why not? Oh, not enough low density structure. I need more copper, a lot more copper, and plastic to make that. It's quite a high-end thing, really. Just to make some batteries. 2 more queued up, so I want to make 2 more. So we are waiting on 30 blue chips. And those have stopped, they need more greens. That should do it, shouldn't it? Got 10. They're doing like another 10 each. So that should get us there. Let's do one more scoop. Feed those extra machines and it should be close to it. Doing more radars too, didn't I say? Are we? I don't think we're making them, are we? It is part of the whole picture, but I'm pretty sure because of how few we need in general, I would have not bothered, knowing me. Just said I'll make them by hand, probably. Let's make some by hand then, while we're stood around. Oh, that's 27. Okay, we're pretty much there then. Probably stop a few of these actually. It's 28. Yeah, we made one too many. Okay. We'll find a use for it eventually, but until then it's going to be logging up the inventory. Never mind. We'll tear all this down like we have been. Make those 2 extra batteries. Tidy up, and then we're kind of good to go, I think. Daytime would help for charging everything, but good to be crafting. Let's use that box of junk for more junk then. Like actual things we are not going to use at all. Burner drills. That's kind of it. The rest we will eventually find a use for. Sure, okay. Fine. I'll swap all this back over, so belt and inserters we take rail instead. And stuff, wood. Give the signals instead. Sure. Seems fine. We can head back down to where we are building. As we're just waiting on a couple batteries now. Which aren't even necessary to start building. Got those 2 there, let's put them in. We have very little power, 10%, but it'll build up. Sun is rising. Shame we don't have an alternate source, I don't know. It's fine, I'm sure. And there we go. Extra slow robots. I mean, we did some upgrades, right? It's fine. It's still better than doing it by hand. Absolutely better. So we named that. That was MN50 West. So this is MM50 East. That's going to get confusing, I think. Oh, I might get used to it, maybe, eventually. Around the time we've kind of finished, I'll probably get used to the naming. It was going up pretty good though, because I don't really know the balance where that's a good number of panels to ports to batteries or whatever. Might be overdoing it on batteries now, which isn't a bad thing. Not sure having like an extra 2 panels instead of a battery would make much difference. Guess we'll see at night or when the robots actually come to charge. They're just going for it at the moment, which is nice. I think good there. Looks good. It's another roundabout done. Very cool. Did I get all the poles? I did them earlier. What's that warning? Oh, that's the car. It's not a warning triangle. It's an arrow pointing the direction the car's facing, I guess. Let's build down this edge then. Gonna need to make a bunch of drills to put into the middle here. Don't know how many, but that's another thing that we're just kind of doing by hand. Might need to go back and get the resources to do it, but I don't know, we are going to use a lot. Maybe we should have set up drills being made in the bus, because there's a lot will be needed in total. They're not that expensive though, are they? Really? Iron and copper, yeah. That won't be an issue. I can do the power poles. I'm sure I'm capable of that. Oh yeah, the bots are slow. This is what it is. You will have to be patient while we build out the first few squares, dozen squares. We start doing research within the grid and progressing it. I mean, we could have just set up all the research packs in the starting base, researched absolutely everything, and then gone into the grid, but I don't know, this is about making the grid really. So I'd rather get to doing that at this point, more appropriate point, I think. We'll see. Doing another square for the actual power generation, I guess, or multiple squares even. Give that corner of the copper that we're going for. Keep building over and up towards the iron. So I guess we're going to want to do the power generation like here, like the next one over after the copper mining. Rather than like putting one to the north, because that doesn't take us in the right direction. Although that's perhaps a moot point. We might find iron closer by when the radars get up and running. And then I want to build a square that keeps being square, and each one gets filled with something. I think we might just do the one on the north. Let's go for it. Force it in, but we'll get around this one and then build the one above it and set up some power production, which will get the radars powered, which might uncover some more resource patches nearby. Could be better than the ones we're aiming for, or, you know, good in addition to them, perhaps. Nighttime power's at 80%. Did I put the last batteries in? No. Okay. So it'll be even lower because they're empty. Might be okay, I don't know. Robotic charging. Doesn't like immediately drain it as soon as they want some. We could be good for a while. While we're here, so the things I grabbed, you know, the rail and everything, that's being remade. But just keep having to check if there is anything to research. No. We can get exoskeletons just to get them, and text plates are not really relevant in any way. So yeah, we'll just get them done. For the sake of it. Is that the bottom done? So we've done the right edge and the bottom edge. Cool. Do some of these poles. We're not going to be able to do the roboports, are we? Because we're not got any. And we're not making them, I don't think. I don't remember making them. I think that's a kind of they can wait until later kind of deal. And this grid doesn't need them, it's just mining up coal. There's no reason to have roboport coverage. Other than like to connect adjacent ones, which we're not. We can go around if we need to do that. Yeah, I think we cancel them out of this one. Get the poles lined up and yeah, focus on that. Let's make the 7 drills I can afford to make now. And we'll go back and get them all. Oh, we're also going to need a depot, of course. Didn't think of that. Before any of it will work. So it's a 3rd square we need to put in. Which is fine, they can go here. I want them to be kind of evenly spaced, I guess. That's the thing that's going to build the spacing. That's fine. Above the copper's a good spot for it. And then every now and then. Each depot has 28 trains, which is quite a lot. And they eventually will be quite fast. Be able to cover quite a lot. So I think they could be quite spaced out. Like 3 squares between them, 5 maybe. Big distance, small squares, relatively small squares, not very, very small. Move that one out as well. Do want to remove all these trees, don't I? Should have done the deconstruction marking before we started, although. Might be faster and better doing this by hand than asking the robots. That's all that and that. Plan that in. Okay. Oh, and that is MM50 south. So this is MM49 north. And that MM50 west. Okay. Stop and cancel that one. Line that up. So tree hiding there. Seems good on the tree front. Probably some more hiding here and there. Not. If I don't see them, it doesn't matter. So that's MM50. This is ML50 east. Few of these trees are a bit close. I don't know if we'll build the square next to here, but eventually, probably. So they'll need clearing out anyway at some point. Do some of them for now. Not Not too much wood filling the inventory at the moment. Some in the car, I remember, actually. Yeah. It'll be okay. This whole little grouping now. Why not? There we go. Good on power, so they're recharging now. So just because they've got nothing to do. No, they've got jobs, so... it's okay, actually. Might be a good amount of power for just keeping 10 relatively slow robots moving. It shouldn't take much, I guess. Let's get more of this egg done. Slowed down a bit. Okay. Even though I'm not running very fast, I can run too far for the robots, I guess. Or I want to build like that far up. Finish off one square before we start the next one, even though I've planned it in. Oh, that's a lot of trees there. Barely see them. Might ask for robot help on them. That is a lot of trees. Let's just mark the whole lot. Then we'll put the poles back in after. Although, you know, finish this grid first, I guess. We should have planned lights in. I guess they wouldn't be illuminated at the moment. There's no power, but yeah. That, or we're gonna again add another mod to add to increase the brightness at night. We could make night vision goggles. I'm not entirely sure how they work anymore. They're not. Never really used them, but last time I used them would have been back in one of the alpha versions, I guess, or beta versions, I mean. And I'm pretty sure they've changed how they work, what they do. They don't turn the screen green or anything, I don't think. Maybe they do, and they didn't before. Can't remember. Oh, maybe we can make some and find out. What do they take? Belt immunity, there's night vision, okay. We'll make one of them, we can. Oh, it takes up quite a bit of space, but sure. I'll keep those panels around, but just out of interest. Next night we'll see what the difference is. That's all building. We're missing some of the poles out in the middle of this grid, so we'll finish them off. Oh, sunny today. The room is, I mean, it looks okay on the camera. Very bright still for this time of day. Just incredibly sunny. Which is lovely. Lovely to enjoy. The map makes it look like there's some missing poles there, but they're good, right? And they're not purple dots, so... I think that is one square done. Which is very cool. Love that. Let's move on to the next one. Oh, did we... Yeah, we named all of them. Good. Nope. This one. MM50 North. There we go. Making this MM51 south. Right. Letters are crossways, numbers are up and down. Yeah. Open plot trees, Connor. I think they are faster than me though, which is nice. This one's going to be making power. Can't see any reason to have Roboport coverage, but maybe just for consistency we'll keep them in. We can't build them. I might remove the ghosts just so I'm not bothered by them. And we can add them in when we actually have them, but we'll keep the pole planned as if there was. Actually, it makes a lot of sense to leave the ghost there, so we build around it. Annoying to have the warning in the corner all the time, but then we can build our power cells around them and we'll put them in later. I don't know why we would need Roboport to get coal to the boilers, but like I say, consistency of having it, and perhaps at some point connecting it to an adjacent square to carry a grid across the map or something, possibly. So why not? Unless we find that the layout of the engines fits better without it there, and then we can remove it. So that was MM51 West. Making this ML51 East. ML51, yeah. Then breeze out of the way too. I've got enough. Should have enough radars to do this. Might need to make a couple more for the next one, the depot one. No big deal. No big deal if we're missing a couple of radars as well. There's overlapping coverage, they're not really going to contribute much. Each one isn't going to contribute much, but having some will help us find more resource patches. Hopefully to the south, although I actually don't think the coverage is big enough. The scan might. Not sure actually, I think we drove out far enough, which is a concern. Ah, it's night time and the whole world has turned grey. Okay, it does help see, kind of, but also removes a lot of the colour that helps me see, at least. It's interesting. Might wait until it, might check it again when it's really dark. Clear a whole bunch of this trees out of the way as well. This is kind of really dark, isn't it? Am I crazy? So then, yeah, it does. It really helps you see if it is a bit jarring, really. Don't know. Not a huge fan of the look. I mean, better than making it bright green or anything. That kind of night vision effect you get in sometimes. Yeah. Not sure if I prefer without. I prefer, I guess, having the lamps. So we ought to have planned to have them, but we'll live. Oh, well, I'll use this for now, I guess. Keep those, unless we have a power issue. Keeping the robots and the night vision powered, but otherwise Why not? It does help me see individual items. All that is MM52 South. Yep. Get this one built in while we're here so we can get the name right. MM51 North. There we go, we're back in daytime and the colour returns to the world. Okay. I might prefer a modded option to just make the nights less dark. No big deal. It doesn't, I guess it doesn't last that long each night. These threes out the middle too. There we go. Finish off this corner. How are we doing? I didn't do the whole inside, I guess, just around the outside, so quite a bit left of this square. Going good though, actually. Robots very helpful. Very glad that we took the time out to go and make them. Get them doing all this. And the power provision for them seems very good so far. They've not complained at all, which is nice. It's all good. Let's finish the edge. Might as well have been all the way around the outside. We'll finish that off and then move in. Do another loop. What is this one then? This is MN51 West. Yep. All kind of blurs when I look at it like that. Like the names don't really matter. I mean, they don't really matter. They just need a unique name. One that makes some sense. And then if we're, you know, using LTN in the future at some point, it makes reference, we can look that up and work it out. Could even disable the names on the map. It's useful actually for naming them, making sure I didn't forget to name any. Okay, we're all the way around the outside, so let's do a loop around the inside track and we'll fill in the middle and take out these threes and stuff. That is MM51 East. Cool. When we built this square, we built the depot. And then in theory, if all that's done, we can get some trains and set up some drills and some power, and it's okay. A few more jobs before anything's up and running. But still, it would be cool to get it up and running. Just enough power to power the drills, to get the coal to feed the power, and the trains to deliver the coal. It's a shame we can't have anything that is like self-contained and doesn't rely on another part of the system. But you know, the scale of things is going to be such that I don't expect there'll be any trouble ever. Can't imagine. Unless, like, the coal literally runs out or something. We never did get the LTM priority system working. Or it didn't seem to work right. Might need to play around with that some more. Make sure that the coal deliveries to power production are #1 priority. train fuel is, I guess, less important. I guess. Ultimately, it won't be coal. Trains will be fueled by other things, so it won't matter so much. But if the trains stop, the power stops, which is a bit of an issue. So nighttime has fallen again. I actually do find it hard in this mode to see what's a ghost and what's a real thing. You can still kind of tell on the poles. But that is easier with the colour, although it's impossible in the darkness, I guess. So it is probably an improvement, actually. Thinking about it, probably is. Even though I still find it hard. I find it hard without the night vision as well. Equally, so... okay. We've just got a bunch of power poles. Those roboports are going to confuse me, but we'll keep the ghosts there for now. For now. Let's get some help doing these trees. That's the wrong command, never mind. There we go. They are good at clearing trees, okay. Should mark it, so before we stamp in we should mark out the deconstruction of the trees, I guess. And the rocks, if we're... I think we're close enough now to the area where I already wiped the rocks out. But we probably will build into areas where they need wiping or digging up, you know. Not necessarily cheating. Can't tell what is and isn't done. There's some poles. So everything else is done. Just got the ones over here and up here. You to the east a bit. That should be the lot. So just the roboports not built. Everything else seemingly built. One pole in the top right. Next grid over, really, that is. Let's get that done. So that's 2 squares built in. Nice. Thank you, little robots, for your help. There we go. So now we want to change to, and we're going to want to... okay. So our settings here, 128, 128, minus 40 and 28. 128, 128, minus 40 and 28. That should get the depot aligning with the grids we've done. Although, I mean, now we don't necessarily need to, we can just manually line them up, but it still is actually kind of helpful. Kind of cool. Here, I mean, why not? It's a shame to be cutting off so much of that copper, but still. This is where we are. This is where we're going. I didn't mark the trees for removal. Let me do that. Bit too close there. Cut all that. Doesn't look like it's doing it in the bit that's not radar covered. Maybe it isn't. Guess we'll find out. There, something's... oh. Interesting. The adjacent square is building in the rail, but it's not wanted. We don't want that crossover there. That's interesting. Maybe we should cut the blueprint down to not have the outer ring. It needs the outer ring. It needs the outer ring to fit, for the trains to go around. Okay. I guess each depot we build, we just have to manually remove those pieces, which is annoying as hell, but I don't see any other choice. We make a third blueprint that has that section missing or something, which, no, we're not going to do that. What we need to do is cut this lot and that lot. Some more bits. Those change over to regular signals. This section here comes out. And this station. Yeah. Last of that bit there. And that, I guess. And then... Oh, the power poles, of course, they don't live there either on this. Damn. Okay. We kind of have to prepare then, I guess, before putting it in. In fact... It's a bit late now. But instead of just clearing out the trees, I should have cleared out the right-hand edge of that square as well. That's fine. I think now we just have to do this manually, so we cut these out. Take these poles away. Luckily, it's only the one edge that we've built already. It's just the one edge that we need to tidy up. Yep, okay. That's all fine, I think. Just grab the blueprint again. Stamp it in. It's not complaining about anything. There's no, red marks to say the wrong kind of signal or the wrong anything. In the bit that we can see, which is the bit that's different. So yeah, I think that's good. That's sorted. Get these missing signals and little bits where the poles used to be built in. I'm going to run out of chain signals first, from the looks of it. I'll keep building for a while though, quite a few bits there. Might build around the outside first, like we just did. Guess it doesn't really matter. R is there. Remember that. Maybe move it soon. We'll move it when we take a trip back to get more chain signals. That's fine. Clear these trees out of the way while the robots do some building. It's night time again. It does make it a lot more obvious when night time starts. The screen suddenly goes very grey. MN 50 north. Is that right? Yeah. MN 50 north. The names of the depot we'll have to work out when they're done. Because obviously the name of the station where we're delivering the fuel in is consistent with the rest of the place, but the depot isn't. Like, it's not in the east on this design, or the west. It's also in the south, so does it have the same name, or some different convention, I guess? I don't know. We'll build them in and then work it out. Very hard to see the ghosts on top of the ore when they're so grey. How does that look without? Yeah, not much better. Okay. Or so difficult to see. Fine. I didn't mark all the trees for removal. Interesting. It's some of them there. I guess that's underneath the blueprint. Did I drag? Yeah, I dragged this far out. Did I? Tree there marked. Dunno. I think I dragged this far out and it hasn't marked them. Oh well. Just keep doing it this way. We do have a lot of wood now. That, maybe we initially use wood as a train fuel instead. It's a way of getting rid of it, I guess. I mean, the depot stations don't have to discern. Like, we can just unload whatever into them that is a fuel and it'll load them as it sees fit, as it can. Not ideal way of doing it, I don't think. Mixing fuels. Come back for those bits. This station is the next square over. So MO51. northwest. Cool. I think. That's not, I mean, that's not bad progress, is it? Getting some way around this third square today. See how much more we actually like. Getting some functional trains would be cool, but we do need the drills and the elements for the power. You know, the boilers and the engines and stuff like that, and so on and so on. So a lot of trees in the way here. I did generate with not the smallest possible amount of trees, but a very small amount of trees. But there's still, you know, you can't have none. Well, we could have had none. But I think we would have had to have cheated a couple pieces of wood in. We've got a greenhouse mod. We can make wood from nothing. But it's not nothing. You have to feed in a piece of wood in order to make more wood. The recipe in this one, you use a wood to make saplings and saplings to make wood, and then it self-feeds. And the greenhouse itself doesn't require any wood. You start the game with one piece of wood. So we would have been able to do it. No, you also need that wood to make a power pole, and the greenhouse needs powering. So you can't make the saplings and the power pole from the single piece of wood you start the game with. So yeah, we needed at least a tree to spawn. Maybe I should have generated the world with no trees and then gone into map editor and spawned a single tree. I would have preferred that. I don't like chopping the trees and mining the rocks and so on when their resources become irrelevant pretty quick. Station there, so that is that's MN50, so this is MN52 south. Couple poles there, and we've done the outside. That was already made. Oh, there's a missing. Why is there a... The blueprint says to put a pole there. Is that because... Okay, this blueprint is wrong. Okay. Stand somewhere where the robots do some building. We'll hop into the planning mode again. The depot... We didn't update the adjacent bit that gets captured in the blueprint. The power pole by the wagon needs to be taken away. And there. There, and there. Okay, good. And then that depot blueprint, we need to select new contents. That's correct, yep. Down here. There and there. Looks good. Might as well put the snap in. What was it? 128? 128, 40 and 28? Or minus 40 and 28, I think. Maybe. Need to check that before we do it. Export that to string. Copy. Okay. Go back to the real world. Import from string, I guess. We want this old one. Minus 40 and 28. Delete it. Minus 40 and 28. Perfect. Put that one in instead. That's fine. Half looks like the bots weren't building while we were in the other mode, which I guess is possible. It might... I mean, they should be active. It all should be active. Don't know. Maybe not. I just need to cancel that one. Don't know what that is. Random bit of rail there, is that? It's not in that blueprint. Maybe it was accidentally in the previous one. Just out of curiosity. There's a random bit of rail there. That'll be why. It was in the previous one though. And then the other radios as well while we're doing that. So that one, I guess we need radar coverage to do that. Shame. Oh well, do that one. Hopefully the robots take care of that next time we're nearby. In fact, we should just go over there and deal with it. I've upset those robots, haven't I? I've run too far. Well, we got plenty of power for them. Yeah, I guess more batteries than we needed or something. Could have done with fewer. Would have been okay. Not going to mess around with it at this point. It's fine. We need chests, inserters and belt and everything like that to finish this off, and more chain signals we have run out. Okay, that's cool. We'll get it all. Come back on another trip with drills, boilers and engines, I guess. Well, I guess we'll see about that. It'll probably take a couple of trips back and forth from the starter base. It's not too far to go, I guess, actually. It's kind of nice. Some of this stuff we've got in the car, we could grab it out and do it, I guess, before we go, and then go back for the signals and the resources to make the drills and other stuff. It's all cool. We'll need more train stations as well, won't we? We won't have enough to do a whole depot's worth. Considering it takes 30? Yeah, 30 stations in total. Pretty cool. Might be overkill. Like I say, I'm not really sure. Initially it could be good, and then as the trains get faster and faster it might become overkill. Interesting. May end up removing depots at some point, maybe. We're out of rail. So now is the time to do a resupply run, I guess. There's some of these trees taken out there. There's a lonely robot stuck there. Clear all them out. And sure, build in what you've got. Why not? We want some wooden chests here. We can make those. Plenty of wood on us. They want charging now. Yeah, they're not draining it. It's cool. It's nice. The stuff we threw together just to get some robotics up and running is serving us well. Very well. Very cool. Last couple trees there. We no, still got other signals and stuff. Don't. 10 robots at a time. How's that then? A few more boxes on this end. And sure, constant combinators and whatever. All good. Let's get the car. Let's get the junk out of the car too. Oh, we need to bear in mind we're going to need to make a upgrade planner. Oh, I can't do specifics. All of our planning is done on blue belt, but we don't have that yet and won't have that for quite a while. Relatively. We do have the stack filter inserter, so that's fine. So we just need to downgrade the blue stuff into yellow everywhere. Yeah, everywhere. Hopefully that did it. And then, yeah, we can build with yellow for now. Can we make any steel chests? We can. We need 8. 4 down here, 4 in the north. Let's be careful not to destroy anything. Let the belt carry us to the other belt that needs building, I guess. Safest. Bit slow. Try not to abandon our robots by driving off too soon. This is pretty cool though. Where are we? 3 hours in to the stream. Who knows how far we'll get. I don't think we'll get trains up and running today, unfortunately. But we'll get more stuff built in and get very close to it, that's for sure. This, I guess we didn't have the radar coverage, so it didn't change the plan. There we go. Oh, and we're out of undergrounds. We can put this belt in though, right? Yep. Cool. And oh, that splitter, I guess, one involved, just to combine them. And the chests, cool, cool. Signals that they're diving for, don't really need them to. Get back in, we're going for a resupply run. Squeeze through there, cool. What can I do with all this wood? I don't know, I mean I can throw it in here for now, but still. Try not to hit too many poles on the way through. What do we need then? More signals, more rail, more everything. Just park up here by this little forest. At the moment, power poles, a few more, but I think we're good. Regular signals, chain signals. Evidently we use a few more then. Lots of train stops. Probably don't need that many, but sure, play it safe. Combinators seem good, yeah, for now. Lights, rail. Well, that's a bit much, okay. Anything else? No, that's all science then. Radar's good. And we went around the outside, so that's fine. Anything else specific? I can't remember. I think it was just station signals and rail. And that's the key parts of this. And then belt. No, not belt. Underground belt. We are making that, aren't we? I don't have enough space for it. Let's blue inserters in there because we're going to grab white ones. Put the rail in and we'll grab it out when we get closer. Oh well. Juggling inventory is a problem. We've got a bigger one now though because of the power armor, which is nice. Let's get a few stacks of that then. Evidently we use quite a lot at the station. Resupply and splitters 2, and then yeah, white inserters are needed. That should be enough, 500, hopefully. Should be good. Anything else? Well, we want to make drills, I guess, which we just need a bunch of iron for. Quicker to go to the smelting. grab stacks of it from there. Try and make a whole bunch just so we can start getting some coal up. But then we're going to need more belt to do that, so we're probably just going to have to come back. Let's finish off the depot. Then we can come back for another resupply. Make drills and belt, grab belt. Up here this time. Oh yeah, and remove that. Very good. We should take a trip around the areas we've already built to make sure any missing chain signals get put in. Also, that is MN51 North, I think. I left the rail in the car. Can't quite fit it all. Okay, well hopefully that's enough then for now or for this. The missing signals here, those look real. Okay, good. I think we should go all the way around there, although robots are doing their thing. Let's let them. Let's build a bit in. Work our way down. Check this edge as we go. That should be fine because we built it as part of the last square. That signal's good. Yeah. Something wrong with that roundabout though. Is that wrong in the design? No. That's fine. Can't tell on yeah, can't tell from the blueprint. Guess we'll see next time we do it. I think it's just an extra square. I don't know how that came to be, but there we go. Fixed. Those are missing. We could have set up the signals actually for this station for the fuel delivery. Well, the fuel type will change as we go, I guess. Might make it annoying. Oh, fine. Just change it every time, no big deal. I set it up every time, I mean. Just want to get the practice with LTN anyway, I guess. Those signals, the rest of that should be done. Going up this side, those look like they're missing. And that one is as well, interesting. Oh, sure, that's... Sure. If someone's mowing their grass or something, eyes have just started watering, or maybe my antihistamine tablet's probably wearing off at this point of the day. It's supposed to last 24 hours, but I don't think it is. Very watery eyes. Oh well. I'll live. Got a lot of rail on us. Should be enough. Check for little purple dots around the outside now. We've been all the way around. And it all looks fine. Roboport's next door, and then yeah, the whole internal bits of the depot itself need doing. Morning again. Night vision is off. So that looks good for the top section there. Join all their tails up. I'll get that, yeah, without building too much. Just leave the robots to it, I guess. Getting impatient with them. Exciting to be building this out. One loop there. So that's the northern half done. Yeah. Cool. Half a depot. Though it, you know, needs setting up. Those signals we could have saved into the blueprint. The one that just says this is a depot. Not too strenuous to set that up every time, I guess, but could have saved the time. And maybe we'll do it later, you know, when we're building many more depots and it might become more annoying. For now, I don't really mind. All the rail? Looks like it. Looks good. Oops. Don't see any little purple dots anywhere. So I think that's the depot done. That needs renaming. MN51 South. And then, yeah, like what do we name these stations? They need to be like a depot, but we need to know which one. So I guess it's MN51 Depot. Do we want to assign to north or south, or can they just use either? I mean, they're kind of relevant that they have different entry and exit points. So I think we want to be specific. So this would be MN51, I guess, South Depot, or yeah, probably. And copy paste that. Bit fiddly. All of them have the same name. It doesn't matter which one of them they wait at, but we want trains that are tasked to MN51 South Depot, not to go to MN51 North Depot. Yeah, I think that's fine. Why don't it? There's MN51 South and there's MN51 South Depot. Sure, I'll take that. Making this, yeah, MN51 North Depot. Paste that name onto all of them. And then check they've all taken the same name, yep. Seems fine, seems good. And then, yeah, these signals are simple, right? We just say, this is a depot. Don't need limit trains. Don't think it's worth doing, because we're gonna assign the trains which depot they live in. We're just going to assign the correct number, not more. Don't need to confuse it. And then the train length, we were doing it the last time we were using LTM, but I don't see the point. The trains are all going to be identical, all of them. So why bother? Could encode a network ID, but I don't think we're going to use more than one. Can't imagine us using more than one. I mean, potentially, like geographically, but then the system's smart enough not to send a train on an excessively long journey. I think we just go with that. This is a depot. Put that in every box. Seems fine. Do the same down here. That's fine. The fuel delivery stations need setting up, but we'll do that when we've actually got fuel to deliver and trains to take it, I guess. That's fine. So the next thing to do is to start mining that coal up. Depot's all good, everything's named up. Yeah, so we need to start not mining it, but putting the drills down to do that. So I'm going to put the leftover rail stuff in the car for now. Probably the poles as well, I guess. And then we're going to need more drills, but I don't know how many, so let's drive over and put ghosts down so we know how many we need, and then we can make that many. And by drive over, I mean drive around the outside very carefully. Not crashing into the poles as we go. Here we are. Got some, haven't I? We can start with them, and we did arrows. So the one on the pole points left. Although we can change it because we're tearing out the starting ones. But we did do it that way around there. Doesn't really matter, I think. There would be a line here that I guess we skip because they'd be pointing a silly way. Unless we turn it. Well, how does that affect, say, here? Can't tell from the map. Where would the... Well, it doesn't matter because we're not doing the whole patch. Let's flip them. Just because this is the first patch we're working on and it makes sense to do it here. So the one on the pole is going to face right. Let's, yeah, do one of them. And then we can copy paste and save ourselves a bit of effort everywhere. Should have done the longest one, I guess. Never mind. Do that much. Do we bother with that bit on the end? Maybe. I mean, probably. We need coal. Lots and lots of coal. Bit more there. A lot of these we will actually cancel out. Not really going to do them. We're not going to bother with that. There's 3 of them all facing right. Oh, unless kind of balances these ones, 2 of which are worth having. So sure, we'll do them 4. Okay, that's fine. And they'll join the one next door. That in there. And yeah, not going to bother with them. Okay, so go around the outside. I know you can't see it, it's behind my face, is how much of the resource there is available there. And if it's less than, well, I don't even know, 50,000, then we're going to remove it. Didn't check the ones I built, actually. Yeah, they're all good. Good amounts. So fine, there's a little patch over there that's tiny and not worth grabbing. Okay. Surprised that one is worth having. That one's not. That one barely is, but okay. Those are not. They are. Those all are. Okay, quite a lot here. Quite a lot of coal. That's 48. We'll keep that. 48,000, not 48. That one was good actually. 75,000. That's too small. And we're back around. Okay, good. Quite a lot. That's 199 drills. That might be too many for Yellow Belt to handle. Which... Why do I have... Oh, I'm on shift 3. I want to be on shift 1. There we go. Forgot about that. Build in what we can and what we've got belt for. Let's bring them all up to the top. We need to bring more belt back, but that's fine. Doing this clears up the inventory space for it. And we can work out numbers and stuff and how we balance this. And so on. We need to know how many stations we're taking this to. Each station can only handle 3 lines, I think. Alright, with the layout as it is, I don't want to change the layout either. It's 3 blue lines, but we don't have any blue belt, so it's not really, you know, a thing. it's 3 lines basically, and even if that doesn't really make sense at the moment, it's the way to keep it organised. They're going to feed onto there. I'll just go forward one more. Not what I'm like with being adjacent to the pole. Okay. So in theory, what is that? 8 lines with 200 drills. It's going to take a few stations, which some of them we can't access because of where we've put the patch. That was a bit silly, really. We'll see about that. We'll see how that shakes out. How many drills did we make? There's 8, 9, 10, 19, which means we need another 180 drills making. And actually, we're kind of good on the belt and stuff like that, so just want to head back and make 180 drills. Which is fine. It's quite a low-tech thing. It should be pretty fast to handcraft with the research we've done into handcrafting speed. Probably shouldn't be driving this far in. Oh well. Let's come over here to where we've got hopefully a bunch of iron just sat here. Lovely. Don't know how much I really need. Probably need more copper as well. Yeah, I've got barely any. Okay. There's plenty of that here too. $99, so that much, because it's the iron holding that back. Yeah, there's 100, so there's 100. Crikey. Okay. Need a lot more iron. Interesting how like half the belt is moving and the other half isn't. I guess we're pulling off one side a lot more further down. How's that? Sure. There's 180 queued up. Don't know how long that's going to take. It obviously is going quick, but it'll take a while to handcraft 180 of them. Sure, but then it's done. We can go work on stations and stuff like that while we wait for them to be made. A few dead drills here. We could have picked them up, I guess. The dead drills. Saved a few. No big deal. We'll reuse them later anyway, somewhere. This is the drill we're going to be using. Let's drive all the way around. Okay, so we need to use Helmod to get an idea of what we're actually dealing with here. 199. Which, as we do more research, will become more and more. Productivity increases, so might want to leave some space if we can. Planning for stuff. I think this is our generic stuff, isn't it? We are making coal. Is that an option? Yeah, here, coal. Using that drill. We've... don't know how much. Not that much. Oh, a lot less than that. Okay. Oh, this is per second, isn't it? A little bit more than 100. A little bit less than 120. Interesting. No. 120 was about... no. About right. It's 200 drills and we got 199, so that's close enough, especially if we're kind of factoring in leaving room. That is 8 yellow belts. Well, incredible. That's what we've got, but they're not evenly balanced, so that's not really going to work. Also, we can't load 8, can we? Three stations. If we get 3 stations online, that would work. I'm kind of inclined to just do 2. Ultimately, when they've got blue belt, it'll just be 3 belts, so it'll be 1 station. Should be very nice to have. But for now, we should set it up as we have it. 8 yellow belts exactly. That's pretty cool. Although as the productivity goes up, that won't work. When the productivity comes up, we'll be back with red belt, blue belt, whatever. So it's pretty cool. Robots can be building this. We've actually made 100 of those drills already. If we've got calculator, 200 drills across 8 lines, 25 drills on each line. So the longest one here is 28 drills. 28 drills. 28 drills and so on. So from each row we should be taking like 3 off the end and feeding them somewhere else. This one on the end is 20, so we could take, and that one 26. I mean, it's close enough that I kind of feel like just leaving it. We know that in each case there's too many drills for the yellow belt. Eventually we'll be changing the belt. The only one that's really empty is this one down the end, so we'll be taking like the bottom off a few of these and feeding it into this one down the end here. I mean, we can do it. Why don't we do it, I guess? Sure. So those 4 lines. Take 3 from here, 4 from there. 3 from there, 4 from there. What does that leave you with? That's 12 on top of the 18 is 30. It's too many. So how does that work? It's 2 on, oh, because like some need to come to here where there's only 20. Sure. Don't really want to juggle it all around. But to say we did, it's 3 that way. And then 4, 11 this way. Still too many. I didn't capture the right number. That's 23, so 2 can go to there. I just don't care enough. We're just going to send them up. And it will be imperfect for a while. And then it won't matter, so yeah. That's how it'll be. We just want to bring these 8 lines together. Balance them? Not I mean, balance, yeah, but I doubt balancing will matter. Well, what we definitely want to do is get a solids loading station into place. They do take up a lot more space, really. You must be careful about that. It'll be okay when they are blue belt and everything. Do we just do 2? Just no. This one down the bottom, it will be okay. We'll turn it around. There'll be a bit of a wiggle there. Could be a bit awkward, but we will deal with that. Oh, wait, yeah, 3. Yeah, that's fine. We could probably cut it because only 2 will be coming down here. So we could handle that a bit differently. 2, 3 in the north, 3 in the east. 3 in the north, 3 in the east, and yeah, and 2 to the south. Yeah. Okay, it's not so bad actually. Just do, yeah, I want to bring these together. They don't need to spread out equally, but it doesn't hurt. Only thing putting me off is I haven't saved a blueprint of the 8-lane balancer that we were using previously. No idea what it's supposed to look like. I can just grab one off the internet and then adjust it, I guess. Which is all we did last time. Let's do that again. Or we can just combine them together in an imperfect way, I guess. I'd rather not. Rather do what we had before as a nice compact, organised kind of thing. So, what is this? Is this the one? I don't know. Doesn't really matter if it's the one. As long as it's good enough. Who is this? Don't even know. Googled it. Here's the book. So I'm after just 8 to 8. Pull that out and get rid of the book. Looks like what we were using before, or at least close enough to it. Just clear out a bit of space so we can adjust it. We just want to create this 3-lane gap in the middle that we have because of how I want to space the poles. Which means pulling that down and then working out what got disconnected in the process. That's not ideal. I don't think this is the same as the one I've done. I mean, that's all. But do we use underground? I guess we didn't. I guess we just did that. And we didn't have one sticking out the top here. This is not the same. Because it did not have one sticking out the top. It was in line. We'll take another look. I think having seen it, I would have done them all. Maybe I should save it when I find it. I mean, like the website maybe or whatever. That doesn't look right either. Maybe we just use this one for now and then see how it goes. This rings a bell. Alice Storm, maybe. Let's try this. That's that one I don't like. Get rid of that. That's this book. Okay. 8 to X, I guess. And then 8 to 8. There's a few different options. Okay. 8 to 8 balancer, red, blue. Don't know what that means. 8 to 8 TU balancer. Throughput unlimited. Okay. Which is a bit longer and I don't care much for it. These look way more complicated than what we were using. This is what we were using. That is it, absolutely. Might not be perfect, but it does the job. Just need to make it yellow. And then, yeah, cut them. Move it down. Right. That to there and that to there. Then this. How did we do this? So that goes there. That can move forward one now. So that can go in and that can go round to it. Don't remember doing that, but it probably is what we did. How we had it. I don't know, this also doesn't look right. It doesn't look like what we were using. It is compact, more compact, but we don't remember doing that. Could we... There's like empty gaps we could use because we have separated it. Oh, I don't think it's worth worrying about. Let's just put it in. And if it's not the right thing, then so be it. And if it doesn't do the job properly, then so be it. That seems right. The power pole lines up in the right spot. I think it was. I can always re-download all the mods we had before the last run grab, to open the save up and grab a blueprint of what I was doing, but I imagine it was similar to this. I just don't think we were doing this little wiggly bit here. Which we can make a little better by wiggling that. Move that forward one. That's not a little better because of that, isn't it? Again, we can move that. No, we can't. Oh, and that doesn't work in yellow. Okay. Need to be careful of that then. That doesn't work in yellow either. Make sure that one doesn't work in yellow. Okay. Luckily, we've got the space to move them all around. That's fine. That's not. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. That's all fixed then. They're all good. Close one. Still doesn't look right. Or maybe it's because it's in yellow that it doesn't look right. That's fine. Me just downgrade all this to yellow. And we'll connect this up, so this is going to have 3. 1, 2, 3 coming this way. So this will get more streamlined when we've got blue belt, I'm sure. But at the moment, like half this square is being taken up just juggling these belts around, I guess. Which is, you know, cool. The space is there, it exists. Just if we were ever aiming to get like a whole big patch connected, have to bear in mind we need the stations and the belts and everything as well, so you can't just assume that these big patches are going to get mined up. I'm out of belt. Can I just make some? Can make some. Some wooden chests. No, but if I go to the car, I think we will likely need to head back for more belt. So yeah, let's do that, and while I'm at the car we can make some more chests. Okay, let's head back and get some belt. Find the car. Belt's made at the end of the line, I guess we'll drive all the way down there. Come through there. Careful of the... Actually, mine up a little coal. Drills there have died as well. Interesting. Don't know what that's affecting. I doubt it really matters at this point. Let's get out and find... We didn't make belt. Okay. We just made... Oh, it's made... We'll come back to the car. It's made up in the research as an overflow on the green. That's fine. Run up here and grab it. There it is. Let's get a whole lot. That should do us for a bit. At least to get this up and running. And the belts can carry us back down. Here's where I parked. Let's get some of that wood out. We'll make, sure, way more chests than we need, but we'll make them. Why not? Doesn't take long. Back over there. Pretty cool though. Getting somewhere. Too far? Yeah, wherever. It's fine. Fill in the missing drills actually while we're down here. They've all been made now. It's going to drain a lot of power very quickly, isn't it? 90 kilowatts over 200. Not too much then. 90 kilowatts over 200 machines. 1.8 megawatts. No, not too much at all. Is that all of them? Don't see any purple dots, but I don't know if the coal is hiding them. Seems fine. Okay. And then what we're missing over here. Good. There's one station done. Okay. 3 lines will come over to the next one. I kind of want to flip this round, just makes more sense. How do we do that? I think we take all that, flip it, rotate it, and put it... Is it there? No. The back splitters should be lined up. Strip some of that back. There. And then that doesn't line up. Interesting. Okay. Have to change that. Which, I mean, the easiest is just move this back to there. That'll be fine. Let me just change all that to yellow. Get them building. And then these gaps. Be there. Okay. Why is it so different? Don't know. Oh, I know why. So that doesn't split there, it splits them. That should be a full line. Not them. Interesting. It's when you're feeding from this side, it's different. We should flip the whole thing, I guess. Probably. Or not. I mean, so that's a full line. That's a full line. And then the 2 halves are here. Some way of doing that neater, maybe. I mean, it goes into the bottom one, so let's be symmetrical at least. Let's be there, half there and half there. That's better. Let's see. Again, not ideal, maybe. The other way, yes, to flip everything, which... No, let's not. Let's just have it like this. We can move it forward one, though. It's a slight consistency to have. But yeah, splitting it like that's fine. Yeah, that's all good. Let's bring the next 3 all the way down there, then. Cool. And then 2 more going to the next station where I guess we cut them down. We could just spread 2 across the 3 belts worth of loading, maybe. Well, let's take them down there and have a look. Let's go there. So everything's vaguely together. Bring it over, yeah, in here somewhere. Not entirely sure. There-ish. We need to sort out this end. Let's... Well, it saves a bit of effort if we do strip it back. There's a bit of overlap there, so if we took that away... Ooh, no poles. Interesting. It means we're loading this train slower. Not just loading into these boxes slower, but the train will get loaded slower. I don't like that. We want the full amount. however we need to do that. Which might just mean cutting a couple of these drills out of the way. I think it does. Just cut them. And hey, while we're here, make it straight. That's fine. Makes a minimal difference. And that'll be there. Let me downgrade the rest while we're here, why not? And this is loading in the same way this one is. Like from this direction. So that should be there. Yep. Then that output to there. And that splits there. Goes into them. There. Yep, that's fine in theory. In practice, only 2 lines are coming and there's 3 inputs. So how do we deal with that? How do you evenly split 2 things into 3 things? You take a third of each thing and combine it together. So we want a third of each line combining. This is probably don't need to do both. I mean, let's do that and then see if we can combine that into one process. Confusing as hell. In fact, it's even worse. I don't know how to split a third off. So we've got that line. That's 50 and 50. That's 25, 25 and 50. Nope. 25, 25, 25 and 25. Split that. And those 2 become 37. No idea. Might just be irrelevant. This whole thing, we just want to turn 2 into 3. Maybe we do it, and it needs to be evenly. That's important. If we feed 2 in here, and we're missing the input, it's not a big deal. I don't think. That might just be okay then. Might split it evenly enough. Maybe not perfect. The outputs all go somewhere. 2 in, 4 out. We should be fine. Although probably just take the middle 2 for the sake of it. And then the outputs all, yeah, the 4th output comes around, goes back in. That should be good. Good enough, definitely. Yeah, good. Okay. So they're feeding into there. They're the last 2 lines. There's all the lines. I'll leave setting up LTN until we're ready to kind of go, so to speak. So that won't be today. That'll be in the next one. We'll have everything in place, and then we'll set up all the config at the same time to get things moving. But for now, those stations are ready and the drills are ready when they get power to go. There's no some purple dots around the place. What are we missing? Constant combinators. Just make some, but interesting. Did I leave them in the car? I've probably left them in the car. Although I don't know why we didn't build them the first time we were here. It's missing from that side as well. I bet I didn't plan that in. I don't know which square we grabbed. But I did add them into the middle. I didn't add them on the outside. They don't need them on the outside until you build that square in, I guess. That station's just for symmetry. Probably should remove that from the blueprint, actually. Just not build the station in until you need it. I don't know. It's not a big deal that it doesn't have any configuration. Doesn't matter. Oh, we're missing, sorry, something else. More power poles. Which I did leave in the car. So that's all good. They're missing in the north as well. And yeah, down here. Okay. Every loading station that I placed in would have had those things, and that's why they're missing. Okay. Fine. We learn. Cool. I mean, this is a square of our mega factory train grid done. It will be upgraded and changed over time, but hey, it's the start of something and it's pretty damn cool. Like it. Next thing to do is set up the next square to the north for power generation. Just drive the car, move it up there. Not sure if it's even worth starting that today. We've got a little bit of time left. And a lot of stuff to consider for that. I think I might, just for the sake of my brain, leave that for the next one, and we'll wrap this one up a little shorter than usual, which we do sometimes. The depot's pretty much ready, right? Yeah, just the config, and the mining is ready, just the config, so we just need to build in the power generation and then kickstart everything with just throwing some coal at it. And we know the layout's roughly going to be like this, and we just need to deal with like water fill and stuff like that, so it's not too complex, but I think we will leave that for the next time. I think that's a good idea. So well, yeah, we'll wrap up this one here, and then in the next session we'll get the coal-fired power generation into place, kickstart the whole system, get it running, and then we can start building our way out, get the iron, get some iron plugged in, any iron, any copper, get some smelting done, just get some stuff moving, and watch it and see how cool it is. It seems to get, but progress today, very nice. I bet there it is, there's the start of our grid, and it looks great. I'm very happy with that. Everything else ticking along nicely, so very happy with what we've managed to do. Let me drop a save in. If you save that and then just save again with the sort of stream for end. Perfect. Thank you very much for joining me today, everyone who has. Whether you've been here live or you're catching this later, if you are catching on YouTube, don't forget, like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, so let me know by clicking one of them buttons or all of them, and then I'll know to carry on and to make more. And do, of course, come join us live here on Twitch. That's the main thing that I'm doing, is the live stream, so do come join that if you can. Come follow the channel here. Guys watching on Twitch, if you've had a good time, do follow, and do join us again for more in the future. We'll be back with this Factorio build on Wednesday, next Wednesday, 4 PM BST, like usual.